Modern name is copyrights and related rights and trademarks. Topics: classes of copyrights, criteria for copyrights, ownership of copyrights. Now let's see copyrights and related rights. Point number one: copyrights. Copyrights illegal rights granted to the original creators of works in the fields of literature, music, computer software. These rights protect the creator's original experience, expression, and ensure control over how the work is used. Second point, related rights. Related rights extend to works in the field like drama, sound recording, film and video recording, paintings, architecture, etc. They protect performs products of sound recordings and broadcast organization for their respective contributions. Fourth point: illegal framework in India. Copyrights and related rights are a key category of intellectual property rights and are governed under the Copyright Act 1957. In India, this act provides exclusive rights to creators and their assigns over reproduction, communication to the public, adaptation and translation of their work. Point number 4: key rights under the Copyright Act 1957. Reproduction right: the right to reproduce the work in any material form. Communication right: the right to communicate the work to the public. Adaptation rights: the right to create works based on the original. Translation right: the right to translate the work into other languages. These rights ensure creatives have illegal protection and can control the use of their intellectual creations. Now let's see classes of copyrights. Classes of copyrights are divided into six types: literature, dramatic, sound recordings, artistic, musical, cinematography, film. Copyrights protection are wide range of intellectual creation classified into specific categories. Here are a detailed explanation of each classes. Number one, literature work. Scope includes all written or printed content, both published and unpublished. Example: books, essays, research articles, and novels. Oral speeches, lectures, and addresses. Complications such as collections, computer programs, software, and database. Important: protects both traditional literacy work and modern form like software codes and digital database. 2. Dramatic work. Scope: works intended for performed or representation. Example: script, stage plays, and screenplays. Dramas designed for theatre, radio, or television. Important: safeguards the creative effects of writers in expensive for performance. Number 3. Sound recordings. Protects recorded audio content irrespective of the medium used. Example: phonogram, CDs, MP3 files, and audio recordings of music, interviews, or spoken words. Key features: the copyright covers the recording itself, not the underwork. Importance: enable products of sound recordings to control or modernize their work. Fourth point: artistic work. Protects visual or aesthetic expression created virtually or digitally. Example: drawing, painting, engraving, logos, maps, and charts. Photographs and architecture designs, craftsmen, and digital art. Key features. Originality is the key criteria for protection, ensuring no duplication of creative effort. Important. Safety guards creators from unauthorized production or distribution of their visual art. Fifth point, musical works covers composition of music but its performance action. Example, sheet music and musical notation. Original composition in digital or physical form. Key features. A musical work does not need to be written down to qualify or copyright protection. Importance. Ensure composers and musicians retain rights over their creative expression. Sixth point, cinematography films. Scope protects visual records and made there any medium including accompanying sound. Example, motion pictures, television programs, music video, advertisement and documentaries. Key features. This class covers the final product including both visual and sound elements. Importance it ensures the rights of production, ensuring their investment in creating cinematic works or product. Each classes of copyrights ensures creators are recognized and compensated for their original work. It protects against unauthorized uses, duplication, or distribution while encouraging innovation and creative expression in other fields. Example for classes of copyrights. Literature. Books, essays, research, article, original speeches, lectures, computer programs, software, databases. Dramatic. Screenplay, drama. Sound recordings. Recording of sound of a medium on which such recording is made. For example, phonogram and CD-ROM. Artistic. Drawing, painting, logo, map, chart, photographic work of architecture, craftsmanship. Musical notation, excluding any word or any action intended to be sung, spoken, or performed with the music. A musical work need not be written down to enjoy copyright protection. Cinematography film. It is a visual recording performed by any medium, performed through a process and includes a sound recording, for example, motion pictures, TV programs, visual recording, sound recording. Now let's see criteria for copyrights. Physical form. The work must be fixed in a tangible medium like written, recorded, or photographed. Example, a song recorded on a CD, a painting on a canvas. Originality. The work must be independently created by the author without duplication. Example, a original song, even if similar to other, is copyrightable. Creative effort. There must be some level of creativity involved through it and doesn't need to be highly complex or sophisticated. Example, a simple sketch can still qualify if it's original creation. No minimum creativity limit. There's no set level of creativity required, but purely functional works like simple list phone dictionary does not qualify. Example, changing the dimension of a book or listening numbers alphabetically does not meet the standard. Key criteria for copyright protection. Number one, physical or tangible form. The work must be exist in any physical or tangible medium. Example written text, recorded music, digital art. Duration of any range from a very short to many years. Forms of expression eligible for copyrights. Any visible or listenable work qualified. Written works, music, films, and sound recordings, paintings, drawings are qualified. Originality requirement. Original works of authorship must be created by the author through independent thought, should not be directly duplicate of other works. Similarly, to exist works is acceptable as long as the work is independently created. Quality, quantity, or aesthetic needs. No minimum quality requirement. A work does not need to be of high quality or quality or aesthetic value to qualify of copyrights. Even minimal or simple works can be eligible. Now let's see ownership of copyrights. The person who created the work is considered as the first holder of the copyright. In case the author is an employee and has been contracted to do the work by a respect of the owner, the copyright shall be proprietor. The government will be the primary owner of the government work in the absence of any kind of arrangement. The person delivering a speech is the first owner of copyright. To obtain permission to use copyrighted material, a request for the same should be made by the legal owner, which should be the original author, the heir, publisher, etc. The following details should be mentioned to obtain permission: title, author, editor, precise material to be used, the number of copies, the purpose of material, education or research, form of distribution, hard copy to the classroom, posted on internet, whether the material is to be sold as part of course pack. Ownership of copyrights. The copyrights law defines ownership and signifies who holds the rights to create a creativity work. This frame is essential for determining who can exercise the exclusive rights provided by copyrights. Point number one: first owner of copyrights. The creator of a work is first and the original owner of the copyright. Example: an author writing a book, a musician composing a song, a programmer developing a software. This ensures the creator retains the rights to control, monetize the work. The ownership is employment and commenced work. When the creator is an employee contracted to create the work for an employer, the copyrights generally belongs to the employer unless spelling started otherwise in the contract. Example: a designer working for a company created a logo. The copyright typically belongs to the company. A journalist writes an article for a newspaper. The newspaper owns the copyrights. For freelancers of a committed work, the owner depends on the contractual agreement. Point number three: ownership of government works. When a work is created under the scope of government, employee or commission, the government is the primary owner of the copyrights. Example: research report published by a government department. Public awareness campaign created by the government agencies. Point number four: ownership of original works. The person delivering a speech is the first owner of the copyrights. Example: keynote address at a conference, speech delivered in a public or a private settings. Others cannot reproduce or publish the speech without the speaker's permission, ex- except for fair use, such as reporting news. Requesting permission to use copyrighted materials. To use copyrighted materials illegally, it is necessary to obtain permission for the copyright owner. The copyright owner should be the original creator, an illegal heir, or publisher or organization with assigned rights. Steps to request permission. Information to include in the request. Title, author or edition. Clearly identify the copyrighted work. Precise material. Specifically the extra parts like pages, chapters you intend to use. Number of copies indicates how many copies you plan to reproduce. Purpose. State the intended purpose. Educational, research, commercial. Forms of distribution. Mention whether it should be distributed in physical form like printout copies, digital form upload to a website. Sale information. Specify if the material will be sold. Part of course. Why permission is necessary? Unauthorized use of copyright material can lead to legal consequences such as fines or lawsuits. Requesting permission ensures complicated with computer laws and requires the creator's rights. Key takeaways ownership determined by the creator's role, context of creation, and applicable agreements. Governments and employee works specifies rules apply based on the nature of employment or commission. Permission requested a structured process is necessary to secure lawful use of copyrighted material. This system ensures a fair balance between protecting creators' rights and enable the lawful of their works.